As Americans, we have 4% of the world's population. However, we consume more than any other country on Earth.
Good evening, teacher. Today, our presentation focus on the future of energy trend. Do you know where the energy comes from? And we will use energy like today forever. What the future of energy? Future of energy is energy to replace energy from natural gas, coal, and oil. The energy are not only less volume but also real result of pollution to the environment. Today, we will come to know production process, adoption, advantage, and disadvantage of each energy in the future, which our group have selected three interesting energy. First, fusion reactor. Second, green hydrogen. And third, battery. Now we will start with fusion reactor.
I will start the first topic with fusion reactor. First, I'd like to say about nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is the energy released during nuclear fission or nuclear fusion, especially when used to generate electricity. Currently, it's only used nuclear fission reactor, but in the future, it's planned to use power from fusion reactor because it's possible to generate a lot of energy and fuel is readily available in nature. This diagram will show you about production process of fusion reactor. Fusion power is proposed from power generation that would generate electricity by use heat from nuclear fusion reactions. Fusion reactor generally use hydrogen. Fusion process require filled and confined environment with sufficient temperature, pressure, and confinement time to create energy. Let's move on to adoption of fusion reactor. This slide, I will show you about adoption of fusion reactor. Currently, there are no commercially available energy from nuclear fusion reactor due to their high cost, but there are experimental projects for use in the future at jet tokamak reactor and ITER reactor. Okay, let's move on to advantage and disadvantage of fusion reactor. Let's start with the advantage of fusion reactor. First, fusion reactor would provide high energy than energy source currently in use. Second, fuel is hydrogen, which is readily available in nature. And third, does not release pollution to environment. Next, we'll show disadvantage of fusion reactor. First, at present, the cost to build is high, but efficiency is low. Second, energy production creates high heat that difficult to control. Third, require highly computable device such as quantum computer. Now, I have finished the first part and moving to the next one.
Now, it's come to the second type of future energy, green hydrogen. Well, I will introduce you to this energy. Hydrogen is the lightest element and is the most abundant water element on Earth, and its synthesis to the environment by hydrogen is divided into three types by color: gray, blue, and green. With gray hydrogen and blue hydrogen are impure hydrogen with carbon dioxide contaminant causing global warming, but green hydrogen is a hydrogen that is in contamination of carbon dioxide. Is clean energy and doesn't affect the environment. Green hydrogen is produced through an electrolysis process using an electric current to separate the hydrogen from the oxygen in the water. If the electricity used for this separation is obtained from a renewable energy source, it will enable energy production without releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and then purified hydrogen is used to generate electricity for further use. Green hydrogen can be combined with natural gas to burn in a thermal power plant, or used to produce heat can be substituted for industrial hydrogen, or blue hydrogen produced from natural gas, and can be used as a substitute for traditional energy such as usage in household, EV charger, and turbine. The advantage of green hydrogen is the clean energy doesn't cause a greenhouse effect, doesn't not affect the environment, as it doesn't contain any carbon dioxide, so that no carbon dioxide is released to the outside during production, and it also provides 2.5 times more energy than hydrogen gas that has been doped with carbon dioxide. The disadvantage of hydrogen is currently the high production cost, and due to their small size, lightweight, and corrosion property, they are difficult to store and transport. Now, this topic has finished. The next topic will be battery.
Thank you, Mr. Vishwas. Before we start in this new topic, I have some questions to ask you. Have you ever wondered about battery that you use in daily? Now, we will take you to know with battery evermore. What is battery? A battery is a self-contained chemical power pack that can produce a limited amount of electrical energy wherever it's needed. Unlike normal electricity, which flows to your home through wires that starts off in power pack. And why is battery? In the world increasingly anxious about climate change, the surge in the generation of renewable energy over the past 20 years offers a silver of hope, but the variable nature of wind and solar power means the storing energy until consumer needs it has become the next big challenge, and so large-scale battery installations are springing up across electricity grid around the world to make them more flexible. This is the main cause that battery will become to the future energy. There are two key potential applications for battery. First, the transportation sector would benefit from more powerful battery with a longer lifespan. And second, battery can complement intermittent renewables such as wind and solar with storing and excess power and hence stabilizing the grid. Next, we will show you about three battery technologies that could power the future. 1. Lithium-ion is used for energy storage system for renewable and transportation. 2. Lithium-sulfur is used for aviation and space industry. And the last type is solid state that is in research and development process. After we know about battery, next we show you about the advantages of battery. So let's start. This slide will show you about the advantages of battery, including 1. Support clean energy because we store energy from renewable sources. 2. Long lifespan, long life energy storage. We can use the energy in any way and all time that we need. 3. Cost saving in long term. Then we show you battery not only has advantages, but it has disadvantages just same. This is the disadvantages of battery. Including 1. Battery deposits that incorrect such as burn. The battery will make pollution due to chemical waste of battery. 2. Subject to aging even if not in use. 3. Expensive to manufacture. Now, I have done my part and I will pass it on to Mr. Puvaras.
Okay, now let's move on to the conclusion. From the frame that they mentioned above, at the end of the day, the renewable energy issue is undeniable to affect every aspect of our future, both as the human race and its inhabitants, because it can be reused for many, many years. It never goes out easily and it is becoming more and more popular because it is less damaging to the environment than waste energy. When the quality of life and the environment improve soon, renewable energy will become the main energy trend that regardless of the government or any company can no longer be denied. Now, I think everyone will know how important the information energy is to the future, that we are relying more and more on electricity at the moment. It is time for us to think about our future. Thank you for attention.